Hey, Loco sports fans. Welcome to a Monday night edition of the Loco Sports Lowdown. Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, and Marcus Walsh with you. And we'll have a special guest joining us tonight as well. We're going to be celebrating a state championship with Hilton Head Prep girls soccer coach Risa McMillan, who has celebrated quite a few of these, 4 in a row now for the Dolphins. And I think this one was a little sweeter than some of the others because this one I don't think she saw coming. She thought it was going to be a little bit of a rebuilding year after graduating a really talented class last year. And this team really came together and did the thing. So she'll tell us all about it. And I know it was a season of adversity, and I look forward to hearing her. I know she was really inspired by this group. So look forward to that with Risa McMillan. We've also got a lot of playoff action, including a district title tonight for May River Baseball and the Hardyville.
It just went final at Cardinal Newman.
The next one. And yes, Wes, what do you got?
11-5 is your final. Hilton Head Christian Academy takes game 1 of the SCISA 4A Championship Series.
Nice.
4 of 11-5. They have a chance to complete the three-peat at home tomorrow in the cage.
Indeed. Yes, they'll have a chance to punch it at home, which is just what we talked about with Coach Jay Scarborough on Friday night. Having the opportunity to do it at home was something that he liked about having that second one there in the cage. And if you do slip up in the first one, you'd be going back home to try to force a third. But now they have a chance of avoiding that whole neutral site deal and just getting it done right now with a win tomorrow night against Cardinal Newman. And, they threw Tucker Nelson tonight. He did a tremendous job, and the bats backed him up, and that allowed him to hang on to old Colt Sparger for tomorrow. So the lefty will have a chance to nail it down tomorrow for number 3 in a row. So dynasties, kind of the theme of the day right now with HHCA baseball and Hilton Head Prep girls soccer. But the show tonight is brought to you by Mickelson Law Firm and WHHI TV. You may note I'm a little my voice is not quite right. I've been a little under the weather. I actually called out today and took a day off to let my sinuses try to clear up a little bit. Mucinex doing me good, but anyway, Mickelson Law Firm, WHHI are our all-star sponsors. Mickelson's been with us since the beginning. They're our official real estate closing attorney and presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage, but they can help you with all your legal needs. They're right in downtown Bluffton, and they love all the teams in the Loco and all things Loco sports. And, of course, WHHI TV is about all things Loco and Loco sports as well, our great partner in local sports coverage and co-custodian of Marcus Walsh. We're happy to have you tonight, sir.
Happy to be here.
How was your weekend?
Really great Monday.
Your real custodian is the Funky Bunch, but
yes, it's very true.
We and WHHI are playing for second fiddle. But no, many thanks to WHHI for your partnership, and we love what you guys do over there at WHHI TV.
Yeah, thank you, man.
With that, she stayed up late with us. Actually, I sent her an email earlier, and she said, "Oh, shoot, I just saw this about 20 minutes ago. Is it still on?" I said, "Yeah, baby, we're still on." So we welcome in Risa McMillan after another state championship run. And, Coach, you heard me kind of opine there. Did I characterize it right? I think you went into this season thinking, we got some young kids this year. We'll build them up for next year, and they had bigger ideas.
Yeah, it was a tough road this season for a lot of reasons. First of all, our numbers were so down, and we were really looking at 4 flat-out beginners to fill in positions, which I have not seen in years. And so I was looking at a mountain to climb, really, and did not see making it to state finals at all.
If I'm looking at this correctly, I'm looking up right now. Hilton Head Prep. Let me see. Wait 1 second. I'm pulling up the schedule here of how you guys did. First of all, congratulations, Coach. 4 in a row is just absolutely spectacular. You guys started out the season a 3-0 loss at Frederick Academy, tough team, but then you guys really came into form quickly. You guys really had some strong young contributors who helped pave the way as this year has gone along. Talk to me about how this team melded together and grew together throughout what was just an unbelievable story and a heck of a finish to cap it off. But just talk to me about the story of this team and how these players bond together and really outperformed all.
Yeah. So, um, first of all, in the past few years, I have made our schedule and I've made it as hard as I possibly could with the best schools in South Carolina and reachable in Georgia. And this year I didn't make our schedule because we were graduating so much talent. And I just thought, well, we're not going to be able to compete. And we had an easier schedule for sure, but started out against a Frederica Academy that is, I think, probably going to compete for a state championship down there in Georgia. And we only lost by 3-0. And I was like, whoa, okay. So despite losing Caladendo, Courtney Campbell, Leila, I mean, we lost so many people. I did not see the 8th graders that we had moving up, which was Alice Carmines and Adriana Palazzo. And wow, they just led this team. Unbelievable. So just in a short compression, Alice Carmines, as an 8th grader, shattered the school records for most goals scored in a season by 10 goals. And that is in 4 fewer games than we had in the previous record. And she broke the single season goal assist in our championship game by 1 goal, also in the same number of seasons. Yeah.
So the assist that broke the record was the game winner, right?
Yes.
That was in the. Yeah, talk about that game and that game winner in extra time.
Yeah. So just to even preface before the extra time, we had 13 players, and really one was on crutches walking onto the field, and they had 2 full teams of subs. And that coach was smart, and she used them all. And they had fresh legs the whole game. And we went into halftime up 2-1. And of course, we were gassed second half, and they tied it. And 2 10-minute halftime or 2 10-minute overtime mandatories later. I don't know how they did it. They had no legs. They were going down, cramping, screaming, just had to come off the field and get salt and Gatorade. And it was crazy to watch this. It was crazy to watch these girls fight for this, because this team was so strong and they were so deep and they were so driven to win this championship. And we were so depleted. And so two 10 minutes, and then we went into 5 golden goals. We were tied after the first one, and then literally somebody told me 96 seconds left before penalty kicks. We had a throw in. Alice Carmines had it, popped it up in the air to our other 8th grader, Adriana Palazzo. She headed it down to her foot and she buried it in the back of the net.
Nice.
What a moment.
Nice.
Absolutely outstanding.
It was crazy.
The golden goal to win a championship.
Yeah. Coach, you just talked about Palazzo, and certainly I know of Riley Wilbert, seeing both those girls on the basketball floor.
Yeah.
We talk about, versatility, especially with spring sports, seeing a bunch of players, guys play football and other sports, and then girls certainly with basketball and some fall sports too. Talk about the unity that you see with this team, but in particularly, I'm taking a look at your roster. Your senior class was loaded on this team as well. Explain what you got out of your seniors this year, particularly.
Yeah, so I have 6 seniors, and this is out of a team that's not got a lot of players. 4 of those seniors just won 4 straight state championships,
Wow.
which is really just
Incredible.
unprecedented. But
It
I
could get
can
any
tell
better.
you, yeah, I mean this was the sweetest one. I didn't have a doubt about the other ones. This one they fought tooth and nail for, and it was one by their heart. And their versatility, like Hilton Head Prep is so small compared to other schools that they have to do other things, and they encourage them to do other things. So they have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess there's some opportunity, for somebody who's stuck on the bench somewhere to find a place next year. You're going to have some spots on the roster, but no, I mean, only the best coaches get to say things like tradition never graduates, and then it actually be true. But it really is a testament to the ones that came before them, right? And just kind of the work ethic and the blueprint that's been laid down, that this is how we do it. And the young kids just picked it up and ran with it.
Yeah, it's amazing that you say that too, because I had so many of my previous superstars that reached out to me, called me, texted me, and were with us in that game on Saturday. So it's just a legacy that they're living, and I'm really proud of that.
That's the best feeling as a coach. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously you love to win 4 in a row. I mean, that's just incredible. But to have the alumni be part of it and come back and
yeah,
support you, that has to make you feel really, really good as a
it's
leader of the
amazing.
program.
Yes, amazing. And 12 years later that I've been doing this, I even heard from one of my players from my first team, yeah, that went out and played in college. So
It's
it's
amazing.
Wow.
that's what makes it worthwhile, right? It's the
Heck
growth
yeah.
and the fight. Yeah.
Yeah. And what you're instilling that they take with them. That's why we do it, right?
That's why we
Is
do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amen. Other questions, guys?
Works.
Uh,
Good.
this was just an outstanding roster, like I was alluding to moments ago. Just obviously the highlight is what took place through the entire year, but especially for these seniors, and anything that you want to say to that class, it's going to be heading off to college or whichever they have down the line.
Probably a
Yeah.
few tears at senior day this year, right?
Like one of my seniors has been with me since 8th grade, and like Riley Wilbert and Sophia and Madeline Schleeman, and it's just Sammy Railing, 4 state championships, and then Ellie. I feel like this was such a good way for them to go out, and they were all such leaders and fought so hard on Saturday. And I feel like the girls recognized that, and they just put their fatigue behind to win it for them. It's amazing.
Yeah. Dig deep.
Yep.
Go
No
ahead,
doubt.
Wes.
And just looking forward to the future of this team. I mean, still some more holes to fill, but you got to think,
Yeah.
by the way these young players responded this year, that there's more coming. Talk about your excitement for the future of this program as you look to extend what has been an unbelievable streak of now 4 in a row, and it just the sky must be the limit now for these 8th graders. Talk about how excited you are to see them
Well,
as they have a lot more potentially a lot more big memories ahead of them playing soccer here.
my 8th graders are amazing for sure. And I know we've got a really good player coming in next year from Ohio, so you never know
Right.
at prep who's gonna land on your shores.
Yeah. Right.
And Brooke, our goalies, and just by the way, she absolutely was the MVP on Saturday. She played her heart and soul out in that game, and she won that game for us. She'll be a senior, and we got Marissa Mora and a lot of young talent. So if we can just find, like, where are the athletes? That's my question right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hello, girls, let's go. Like, I need female athletes. I can teach you how to play soccer and be a really good soccer player. And we did that with some girls. So
Amen.
Yeah, amen.
Just try new things, babies.
That's
You
right.
can learn, I promise.
Okay, you can sing too and dance and just come out and kick the ball.
But you don't know unless you try. You have to try.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's good to try and fail and get stronger from it. But not a lot of failure for you guys recently. Even this year, through the adversity, able to put together a heck of a season, finishing with just 2 losses. And I know you'll be beating the bushes and hitting the hallways trying to find.
I've been holding up signs. Come on, play soccer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the nature of things these days is people are moving around all the time. So who knows? The word gets out that there's an opportunity to join that team. You may get some people looking that way, but well, it's been a heck of a season over at Hilton Head Prep. Baseball had a good run as well. Softball is picking up steam, and it's just all good vibes down in Sea Pines.
Yeah, all good. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for all you do.
Well, thank you, Risa, and thank you for joining us tonight, and congratulations on a job well done and another state championship. We'll plan on talking to you about it again this time next year, I guess.
That would be great. All right.
Love
you guys. Bye.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
What a lovely soul, Risa McMillan, joining us.
What a job.
From
what an outstanding job.
Unreal.
Yeah, phenomenal job. I'm telling you, she was Lou Holtzenham from the start.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know, Justin. I don't know what I got this year. These kids are young. We lost a lot. I didn't make my own schedule this year. I'm just going with the boys' schedule. I don't want to bite off too much for these young kids. And then every report after, I mean, there was always a little doom and gloom in the sense of like, boy, we are walking wounded right now. We barely have 11. They had to cancel a couple of games because they weren't going to have 11 healthy bodies, and they just had to kind of manage that, through the season. So like Coastal Homeschool, they didn't get to play them either time because they were down on bodies those weeks. But they were able to just kind of plug away. And then this game on Saturday was tough too. Like she said, they were down 1-0. They were super opportunistic, and Carmine's popped a couple where Greenwood made mistakes and Prep pounced and made them pay. I mean, they were just on the attack instantly, and they put it in the back of the net, and then able to just grind through the extra time until they were able to score that game winner just before it went to penalties. So, and you got to think that the fresher team would have a better chance in penalties.
And when it goes to overtime and extra time, it's a lot has to do with how well conditioned are
willpower.
Just who wants at that point. It's just who wants it more. I mean, this is it. You're playing for the championship, so it's all it's as much or more mental as it is just physical execution, and just unbelievable stuff to end it. As I believe you said, just a couple of seconds before penalties to get that golden goal, and the 8th graders connecting. Just amazing stuff there, and capping off what was a just sensational year from those youngsters on the squad. So a lot more to come from them, and just what a dynasty that has been built over there, Hilton Head Prep, and no signs of stopping at this point. So congrats to the Dolphins.
Indeed. I had somewhere I've got the goals. The first 2 goals, not the last one, because it's not a great shot. It was apparently humid or something, because as you can see, there's a film over it. I'm gonna mute that because it is so loud. I heard it earlier and it was very loud. Yeah, there was one of them. I don't know if you even saw that. It's hard to see. But Alice Carmine's had the first two, and then she assisted on the third to Adriana Palazzo. So all the goals scored by 8th graders, which is phenomenal news for that program.
I wonder if it was actually raining, because here in Bluffton this afternoon, we did get a little bit of this afternoon into the early evening.
Well, this
we
was
got a
Saturday,
little bit of rain.
and I think it
did. Well, then it definitely was. That's true. Yeah, it definitely rained in the afternoon. They're on Saturday for sure.
By the way, we haven't been live since Friday, so probably should give some updates on what happened on Saturday as well, including that Mirror soccer game that we were both
at. And I have some video from our friend Jakai Morrow from Instagram here, because of course I kept missing all the goals because I was talking to people scuba and I'm just not as good at it as Jakai is. But the Sharks were in top form. Welcome, Max Araj, by the way.
Hello.
And I saw Jean Gillis somewhere after the game. I forget where it was. And I was like, that's that big dude. Oh, at Parker's. That's where I saw him. I was like, that's a big dude from May River Soccer. Jean Gillis. He's enormous. But yeah, they was putting the moves on. This is a different game. I don't know what this is about. I don't know what I got us into here, boys.
That looks like Bluffton.
Yeah, that's against Bluffton.
Sure. Yeah.
But it was a nice win the other day for I see that was a pinned one. Here we go. I got it now.
Yeah, this is
the one.
May River Hilton Head. That's what we're looking for.
May River Hilton Head. That's what we were looking for. It was a dominant performance by the Sharks from the outset. I caught the first half. You caught the second half, Wes. It was 4-0 at halftime and looked like more the same in the second. There's Jean Gillis.
Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't any doubt after they. I'm getting some echoes. Not sure what's going on.
Yeah, it's all good.
Really wasn't ever any doubt after they went 4-0. They were the better complete team from really start to finish in this game, and they got just so many guys that can go after you and wreak havoc, defensively, and then they've got some excellent finishers who can put some balls away. They're just
Carter Lawson was disgusting in the first half.
In that one, to put the Sharks ahead, and then Seahawks were just completely outplayed. Hilton's a great team, but May River's just another class ahead of them this year, and certainly showed that throughout as they won easily 8-1.
Yeah, they cooked them, and that sends them through to the next round where they will host Bishop England on Wednesday. Bishop England coming back to the tank, and that was a battle when they played before. I'm trying to remember what the score was. Like it was 1-0 when they played here, and it was 3-1 when they played at Bishop England.
3-1. That's right.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
Yeah,
it'll be a good one. We'll have to fight
fun to see.
And like I said, it makes all the difference to get that one seed to be able to play at home and not have to travel all the way to Charleston. So that's an advantage in and of itself that you're able to play these matches at home and well earned. So I mean, I think it could go either way. Soccer is such a game with a thin line in terms of the difference between a win and a loss. But I'm pretty impressed by the way May River. They just seem a class above most of the competition in the lower state, and I think that they have the guys that can find a way to come at them, to keep coming at them, and find the big goals that they need in this match, whether it be Lawson or somebody else. They've got some studs on that team. I don't see Bishop England getting them at home, although the Battling Bishops are they're a tough squad to face, even when they are not playing on their home field. That's a team that has been our foil for the last 2 years, and they're going to try to do it again here in the playoffs. But I do think May River, they're looking the part. I think that they will find a way to advance and move on to the lower state championship, which would also be at the Shark Tank. But I'll take May River in a tight one. One goal game.
I think so as well. I'll say 2-0. They get
Yep.
one late when Bishop
Yeah.
England starts pressing up.
Yep.
That's what I'll say.
All right.
Lawson breaks free
Yep.
behind him with his
Yep.
blonde
Yeah.
hair, and he
You see that?
runs away. I don't know. I'm just being silly. I was just being contrarian because you said one
Yeah.
goal, so I said 2.
Yeah, I mean, it could very well be either.
No, also on Saturday, we had a good bit of softball. We had baseball. South Florence beat May River 9-1, which forced another game tonight, which the Sharks won, and we'll get to that momentarily. Academic Magnet eliminated Bridges Prep baseball 4-2, and then softball went down tonight as well for Bridges, so they just have their girls soccer left over there. JP2 had a nice run at the Skeeza softball tournament, but they fell ultimately to Pinewood Prep 3-0. And then Colleton Prep, though, made it through in 3A. They started the state championship series tonight. They lost 10-0 to PD, so they got their back against the wall now. And then Airport whomped Colleton County 19-5 to knock them out. And then we mentioned the boys soccer, and we already talked to Coach Risa. So that brings us to tonight, when May River baseball back in action at home against South Florence. And it was a good night for the Sharks. There's a
Baseball Sharks.
Stolen base for Finn Bowles. Yeah, it was not a good night for the softball Sharks, who lost 10-0 to Airport.
They were at the battle. They were behind 2-0 early, and just able to grind a couple of at bats and keep putting runners on. And they put pressure on this South Florence team, and the Bruins got frustrated. That's exactly what you want to do, is find a way to get on base and then have your big guys or have the guys that you need to come up, do the job, and also took advantage of a couple of errors.
Yeah, it helps when the left fielder drops a can of corn. That's helpful.
Got the nerves of a winner go home game.
Yeah, just biffed on that one.
Advantage.
And then they just this third baseman was sick, though. He made a couple of ridiculous plays. That's a great play right there. Scored a run, but tremendous play. And then he makes an even better one to the backhand side here in a minute. But Sharks are relentless, man. They're scrappy squad.
Scrappy team for sure.
It's a pretty deep lineup, and the pitching staff. Micah Morgan was terrific tonight, and
he's a great one.
That's another great play at third base right there. That's just disgusting.
Insane.
Disgusting. But then just too many self-inflicted wounds for South Florence. Wild pitch. Beck comes in. That was a big
good teams will take advantage, and that's exactly what May River did to pad that lead, get some insurance, go up 6-2 eventually, and at that point, smooth sailing with their pitching the rest of the way.
Yeah, it was. And then a bad decision there, trying to go home, didn't get him. So the Sharks win it, and
on to Hartsville.
On to Hartsville, and they got. I suspect Colin Sanchez lined up to start the next one. I would think, although Conti is in the mix as well. I think this puts Morgan down till like Saturday. I think so. They'd have to win. They'd have to win a couple games, I think, for him to come back around.
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I believe. Is
that what it is?
Series? Wednesday.
I'm looking it up right now.
And then Friday, game 2. Saturday, if necessary, would be at Hartsville for game 3, from what I'm seeing.
Yep, I see the same. Game 1 of 3, better see those. Wait, what? Is it different now?
Did it get changed?
Okay. Well, I'm looking at it. Is it not? I thought they were going to play a 3-game series with Hartsville, but that's not how it works at all.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what.
I got a lower state bracket here. Here, let me share my.
Yes, but it's best of 3. It says it's not.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it is. Okay, game 1 of 3, it says.
Yeah, game 1 and 3, the top, the higher seed hosts.
Oh, okay. I'm tracking now. I was not tracking. Now I'm tracking.
No, it's all
all right. So, So it'll be road Wednesday, home Friday, road Saturday if necessary.
Yep.
So hopefully we win the first one tomorrow or Wednesday on the road, and then we got a chance to clinch Friday at home. That'd be nice. All right, go Sharks. And then, of course, Max, your boys also looking good tonight. 11-5 win for HHCA over Cardinal Newman. Dueling leadoff home runs in this one. Slade went yard to start it off, and then
hit a tank too. If you've seen the video,
and then Spots went yard for Cardinal Newman. First pitch from Tucker Nelson, but Tucker was pretty tough after that, and the Eagles able to get the win.
And you didn't even have to use Spurge. You got him locked in for tomorrow. That's the best part.
Yeah, right.
Max,
Tucker had 6, and Hetzel finished it off.
Yeah, it's a good win. It's kind of what I expected it to be. Maybe going HACA's way in this one. If you look at these two teams played earlier in the season and at Hillnet Christian Academy, it was a 7-2 ball game. Obviously Jay mentioned how disciplined this team was. So, I kind of expected it looking at their score from the previous time they played each other. But I didn't think Hillnet Christian would put up 11 runs. I thought it was going to be a bit closer than what it was, but yeah, it's a good win for them, and I'm sure everyone's going to be at that game tomorrow night. I will be, definitely. I'm not missing that one.
It's definitely the place to be tomorrow. I assume they're starting at 6.
That would be my guess.
Actually, they started at 7 tonight. Yep. So
I think it's 7 as well. From Lou, I think Lou said it was 7.
Is it?
Okay. That was his tweet earlier. So I'm guessing it's 7 o'clock.
They will announce it tomorrow.
Yeah, they'll announce it, but
they'll wait until Skis will wait until about 2 hours before to tell everyone it's a 7 o'clock game.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Let me see if it's already on the old Game Changer. It is not yet.
No, I didn't see it before I hopped on.
Okay, well. Appears to be 7.
No, Skiza may wait till about 30 minutes beforehand to say, all right, everyone, it's time for the 7 o'clock start time for.
I don't know. We bang them up pretty good, but they deserve most of it most of the time. I saw them getting banged up real bad on Facebook, on the Facebook group about the softball. Apparently the softball was just a disaster. The fields were awful. Girls were stepping in holes and getting hurt somewhere in Lexington. And they were not pleased. I think they got a fair point. And a lot of people were saying, hey, it's not just softball. Look at girls' sports across the board. Look at volleyball. Look at the way we get treated. And, I think they got a little bit of a point.
There is a case to be made with that. Why don't you just play it if you're going to do a tournament? Obviously, I know college softball is still going on, and it's usually busy here in South Carolina. So it's never easy to pick up.
But we've got everybody's home field is better than that. So why don't we just play it like we do baseball, where we just play at our home fields until a certain point?
I never understood. And also, sorry, my dogs are
doggos.
Going crazy.
Yeah, I like doggos.
Why don't
they
you
approve your message?
Same with the volleyball. They make them do it all in 2 days.
But also, if you're going to do state championship games at a neutral site, even if you're doing the state championship games best of 3 at a neutral site or whatever,
right?
Why don't pick somewhere that has, softball fields worth talking about? Seriously.
Yeah, apparently it was rough.
Honestly,
yeah, people are banging them up bad about it. So
I don't blame them because Skiza has made mistakes before, and it's not just women's sports. Men's sports have had their issues as well, but women's sports, I think, more so. And I've seen
doesn't seem like a lot of thought is put into the girls.
It never usually is, and that's the downside. I mean, I saw it. It was worse when I was at school. It was terrible back in the day.
They also don't allow girls to wrestle, and I'm against that completely.
Yeah.
Let the girls wrestle.
Stupid. That's just stupid. I don't understand it.
I don't agree.
I've seen it numerous times, and actually, usually with volleyball, I mean, the couple times Hillnet Christian Academy when I was in high school went to the state championships, ended up being a neutral site, like say Cardinal Newman in Columbia or something like that, which is a fantastic facility if you've never seen it.
Yeah,
but you had to go. You had to go win your bracket for 2 days in Myrtle Beach to get to that.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's the same for basketball too. Why do we play in Sumter, of all places? Seriously, you could pick anywhere else that has a better arena.
Well, I mean, the Sumter Civic Center. Yeah, let's not get on that. We'll save that for basketball season. But
that's my point, though.
But why is that the center like home base? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense.
I don't understand it.
Anyways, HHCA will have a chance to win a Skeeza championship tomorrow night at home, and the
Eagles
commissioner might come.
I was actually talking. I had texted Javon Livingston to ask him what's your plans for this week. Obviously, he was at May River tonight.
Oh, was he? I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
was,
he? Yeah, they were taking on Airport, right?
Yep. Yeah, the softball. Oh, he picked the wrong one. Baseball was the better game.
Yeah.
Softball was a bummer.
He was at that one tonight, and I asked him if he's gonna try and see if he can do the state championship game. I haven't heard a response back from him yet, but it'd be great to have it broadcasted for the entire Low Country and state of South Carolina to see. I haven't seen anything come up on his YouTube channel yet, so I don't
thankfully,
know.
I was able to watch the baseball game on Game Changer,
which is great, and I love that.
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
Yeah, it's awesome
that now.
Yep.
Game Changer is the best. We love Game Changer.
It is the best.
Yeah. Truly is a game changer.
I'm an early adopter. I'm an early adopter over here. I've been doing Game Changer for like what?
Yeah.
Like 7-8 years. I've been using Game Changer already. Yeah, I'm an early adopter. I'm like a professional.
I remember.
Like I could tell you how to score a game in Game Changer. I could tell you every button to push without even looking at the thing. I would be like, oh yeah, you just push. You drag him there, and you say safe, and then you say this and this and this.
Huh.
You know,
I didn't realize Game Changer had been around for that long already.
It has been around for a while.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah, I started it because
I remember first hearing about it when
that was when I first found out about it.
Yeah,
well, actually, the year before that probably. Because it was when we would cover the All Stars. Like some coach would send me a link, and I'd be like, "What is this?
Yeah.
What is this sorcery?" And it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing. But all right. So what else tonight? We mentioned it. PD Academy 10-0 over Carleton Prep. Game 1 of the Skeeza 3A softball series, and Lake City eliminated Bridges Prep 8-6 in softball tonight. Airport 10-0 over May River, so they'll have a rematch tomorrow in the tank. And then boys soccer 1A. We had one winner, one loser. Charleston Math and Science, the number 1 seed, beats Royal Live Oaks 3-1. But Hardyville and St. John's play to a 0-0 draw, and Los Canes win it 5-3 in penalties. So Hardyville marches on and will go to Charleston Math and Science on Friday for the 1A lower state.
How about that, a game where there should actually be penalty kicks instead of, the regular season?
Yeah,
I never liked
I'd prefer having ties in the regular season because that is how soccer is normally played. But obviously, you have to have penalties in the postseason.
They don't even have that in Skeeza. I don't think they do penalty kicks during the regular season.
No penalty kicks in Skeeza. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I'm not sure about Skeeza rules versus high schools, but I do like that the high school. I will say what the one thing the high school league did do well is the 10-goal mercy rule. I think that's great.
Yeah. Yep. Although it's weird. So you have to play the full first half no matter what. But if you're up by more than 10 at halftime, then I think you only have to play like 10 more minutes in the second half or something.
What?
But if you go up by 10 in the first 10 minutes, then you got to play another 10 minutes or like it's very weird. Misa,
Justin, I think they should follow. I think they should follow the Kansas flag football rules.
Oh, the greatest rule.
8-man rules and stuff.
You get up by 40.
You're up by 40, you're done at
half. If you're up by 40, halftime or later, ball game. Everybody go home. We've seen enough. Throw the flag. Throw the towel. Let's all go home.
Game. That's right.
I love it. I love that. But yeah. So Hardyville, I haven't seen any highlights yet. I wasn't
They
able
would
to
have.
get out
They
there.
would. So they would be taking on Charleston Math and Science.
Yes,
Correct?
it would be
Yep. Going to gonna have to go on the road for this one
Oof.
on Friday. Indeed.
Yep.
So I'm gonna plan on probably making that track because
All right. Yeah.
I love those boys.
You
By
also
the way-
got
Also have May River baseball at home.
we could have me
Yeah.
we could have a girls soccer. We would probably. I mean,
State
I
fun.
actually it
It would
could
be-
be here. It could because
If they
Hilton
both
Butler is
win,
still alive.
If
Yes.
they both
Yep.
win, I like the way you're thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, that could get the
Yep.
Seahawks back home for the lower state final. That
Yes.
would be something else, wouldn't it?
Oh.
For
That
what?
would be
Soccer?
something else.
Women's soccer?
Hilton
Yeah,
Head,
if Bluffton and Hilton Head girls
Yep.
both got through. That could be
Oh
wild.
yeah.
Unlikely, but it
I
could.
didn't even think about that. Yeah.
But we got a pretty busy day tomorrow. We got game 2 of the baseball series, chance to clinch for HHCA against Cardinal Newman at home. Game 2 of the softball series, May River trying to bounce back and advance to lower state against Airport. Game 2 of the Skiza 3A championship softball series, PD at Carleton Prep. The Warhawks tried to win at home and keep it alive. And then soccer wise, the aforementioned Hilton Head at Gray Collegiate and Bluffton at Bishop England. We'll hope for a all loco final there against all
Yeah.
odds.
And it is definitely possible. It is definitely
It
possible.
is.
I think either of those teams can upset on the road.
Yeah, I think
Every-
the odds of both of them winning is probably pretty
Right.
slim, just statistically speaking.
Yeah.
But not impossible. Not at
No,
all
no.
impossible.
I do have a question regarding
20%.
HACA, the state
Um,
championship series, because I still haven't been able to find it. Do we actually know? Because I don't know if it's going to actually get to 3 games. I don't think it will. But if it does get to 3 games, or at least game 3, do we actually know where the neutral site game is going to be?
I don't think they negotiate that until it becomes necessary.
Well,
I really
if
don't.
I'm thinking properly here. Obviously, Cardinal Newman's in Columbia. Hilton Head Christian's obviously in Bluffton.
no
We
idea
remember
what they would do.
Ben Lippin's in Columbia. That was the series last year. Ben Lippin was in Columbia. Hilton Head Christian was obviously we
And
know
they
where
went to
Hilton Head Christian's
Orangeburg.
from.
I mean, yeah,
They
they
went to
prefer Orangeburg and Sumter. We know this.
Yeah,
So I would suggest it'll probably be in Orangeburg.
that would be my thought. It's obviously the question would be where they play it. I assume it would be what's it called?
They'd probably try to get Murmo. If they can't, then
Yeah.
God, I hope you wouldn't play it at like OP, but who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, you
not
could
sure
play.
what Caesar would do.
You could play at South Carolina State.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
They got a solid
But
facility.
they normally just play at high school. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, they played at Miramo last year, so I'm not sure where.
Yeah, they
would-
played at Claflin's Field last year.
Oh,
Mirmo
okay. All right.
Field.
Well then, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So there is precedent.
1940s Miramo Field.
Yeah, it's cool though. It's a cool
Yeah.
spot.
It is very cool. I really like it.
So yeah, no, I don't think they've determined that yet, though.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think they
figured.
worry about it. I think
That's-
they cross
that's
that
usually the
bridge when they
typical.
get there.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
usually the typical.
Just
So
different-
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Well, I'm sure they have to
I
have
think
like
that's the
places in
plus.
mind because it would be like the next
Yeah.
day.
I would think.
Well,
they
that's
did-
why they always end up at their same go-tos. That's why they
Yeah.
like Orangeburg and Sumter, because they have good relationships with those places, and they can
Yep.
call them up and go, "Hey, can we play this game here?" And they go, "Sure thing." So like Wilson Hall, they let them use their facilities for a lot of stuff. I'm sure they benefit from it too, but you have your go-tos, and that's just kind of how they operate.
Yeah.
We'll cross that
Yeah.
bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
Ain't no use doing no work today that we could put off to tomorrow. But Hilton Head and Bluffton in action on the road. Then 2A girls, Bridges Prep at Academic Magnet. That's probably going to be an uphill climb. Academic is always strong.
Yep.
And then boys, golf. The
Mhm.
Class 4A lower state qualifier tomorrow at the golf club at Hilton Head Lakes.
Is that
that-
a one day event? Because I thought it was
Yeah,
supposed to be.
Is
No,
yeah.
it's a 1 day.
Okay. The states is
I
2 days.
I
but
expect
the-
some
State
qualifiers.
is a 2 day.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Lower state's just 1. Yep.
I wouldn't
But-
expect anyone to. Well, I would expect a lot of teams
Well,
to get through that.
I would expect Landry Jones to do well, though, or Landry
Yeah.
Williams, rather. Landry Jones is the quarterback.
Well,
I was about ready to say
Landry
Landry Jones.
Landry
what is
Williams,
this?
though.
Oh,
Landry
hold
Williams
on.
for Bay River. he shot like 66 to win the regions, I think. He's
Wow.
a dude. And Coach Whitmore just told me tonight that he got his first offer tonight or last night from Toledo. So
Wow.
Landry's legit. He's a lefty,
He is.
and he's been real good since he was like little.
The funniest thing is D2 is not a bad route to go either now.
No, for
'Cause I was
especially
looking
No.
at that- I was looking at that the regional for the NCAA.
Oh,
The top
God,
top guy shot 15 under through 3 rounds.
Oh yeah. Well, and for a lot of international players, D2
Transfer.
is actually easier for them to qualify and stuff. So they like that route. As far as well as NAIA, we always got a lot of good international players at NAIA because their grades and test scores and stuff didn't necessarily translate to NCAA eligibility.
Right. Yep.
But as a transfer student, then from another school, another 4-year school, then you can get into the NCAA pipeline.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of moving parts there.
Yep.
So anyway, shout out to our sponsors. We got Hudson's Seafood House on the docks. I talked with Andrew today. I was looking for some video from young Alice's heroics, and I got that smudgy video from Cardinal Newman's or Hammond's huddle. It was kind of sad, but did the job. But shout out to Andrew Carmine's and Hudson's Seafood House on the docks, a great place for seafood sunsets and cocktails on Hilton Head Island, and presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. And Wes was at the helm tonight for a new episode with Curry, Rich, and Bob.
Good show. Rich was still over the moon about the New York Knicks stuff.
Oh yeah.
Don't blame him.
Oh yeah.
They're playing good. I think they're the team to beat OKC. That's just my opinion.
I'm sure he's also waiting for the other shoe to drop, though, as a tried and true New York sports fan.
For a New York fan, that wouldn't shock me
he's got to be waiting for the other shoe to drop. But Under the Bus, sponsored by Hudson's Seafood House on the docks. Check it out on Lowco Media YouTube channel, and check out Hudson's on Skull Creek. And we've also got a personal injury attorney friend. Twinge and Twombly has a rare name, but they provide remarkable service. Personal injury attorneys in Beaufort. Call on them if you need help. And if you need to improve your view of the Lowco, we've got Coach Barron's new company, HHI Windows and Doors. He hung up his whistle at Hilton Head Prep. He's focused on a new kind of screens. Wants to improve your view of the Lowco at HHI Windows and Doors. Reverence Wrestling Club wants to help you take your skills to the next level this offseason, and it's the place to be. Our official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind and the Reverence Open. I got to check out the Reverence Iron Man a little bit on Saturday. Truman worked it. He was a towel boy working that thing, but it was awesome. There was some really good wrestling. Got to see a lot of my wrestling friends that I usually only get to see during the winter. Got to see them, and it was cool. And I saw a lot of kids that I know leaving with a lot of medals. I know Jacob Alfonso, whose dad Jay is Jay of Jay's Barbershop. I know he was the Ironman champ. They did Greco, freestyle, and folk style all in one day. Like they wrestled through the Greco bracket, then the freestyle bracket, then the folk style bracket.
Wow.
So you really had to be a dog. I think Jacob had 8 matches and gave up 1 point all day. So dominant showing from him. And then our friend Summer Estrella was dominant in the girls division as well. She was leaving with a whole bunch of medals going clang, clang, clang. I said, how many you got? She said 8. I said, what? She entered multiple age divisions and weight classes. So she was in like 3 different divisions.
That's insane.
Some kids just can't get enough, man. She's a junkie. But take your skills on the mat to the next level at Reverence Wrestling Club. And if you need a haircut or not, check out Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland. And that brings us to our parting thoughts. Marcus Walsh, lead us off, buddy.
It was a busy day for me on Saturday. I spent the majority of it on Hilton Head Island. Started out at the All-American football camp, and surely enough, they got through the entire thing without having to use the gym. So they really lucked out.
Payne was living right.
We are hoping to have that air on the WHHI TV Daily News this weekend. So that would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the first half of Monday, every odd hour on the hour. And so that is the hope. I have to check with a couple of people and make sure that the hard work that was put in was suffice. So the hope is that it gets on the air on the weekend. Unfortunately, Kevin couldn't join me. He was having a tough night Friday night and whatnot, so he rested up. Actually, had my dad with me. He was filming for me, so it was a
Nice.
nice father and son trip out to Hilton Head, and then came back home for a little while, and then went back out to the Boys and Girls Club on Hilton Head Island, and saw the folks, John Froman and company, with the Notre Dame event with the Notre Dame Club of Hilton Head with the Boys and Girls Club as well. Saw everybody with the Boys and Girls Club, and that was a great event. I tell you what, I've interviewed, as we all have, I've interviewed Jalen Sneed, half a dozen times in his career, going back to when he was at Hilton Head, and the rest of those guys too. Just they are so well spoken, and
such a
they're
great ambassador.
Yeah,
for
Notre Dame, man.
Yeah, what an awesome kid, and who continues to impress and do his thing over there in Notre Dame. One of many.
Absolutely.
BJ Payne.
He's looking for a big year. He's looking for a big year this year.
Oh, no doubt.
Yep.
No doubt about it. So that was Saturday for me. Another busy day at the station and whatnot today, and looking forward to getting you guys updated this week on a couple other things that I'm working on and have been working on for a bit now. My Guardians got a nice win, put up 7 runs. They actually put some guys on the base paths, and Joey Cantillo with a great performance. 6 innings of dominant pitching, and when you do the little things right, it's amazing how good even the kind of average teams look from day to day. It's great stuff. Thank goodness they play in the American League Central.
Needed him for my fantasy team because Scooble's still out, but thankfully what I heard is that Scooble could be back sooner than expected.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
But that's coming from Boris.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be 2 months.
So you never truly know. You never truly know until it actually happens.
Well, and it was loose bodies in the elbow, which usually it either
it's not
is
a good thing.
It's not a good thing. It's usually him sitting out for 2 to 3 months or for the rest of the season. But I don't think it's well. I guess it's a wait and see kind of situation.
Well, Boris claims it was only the size of a lima bean, and they did a minimal scope. He's calling it the Scooble scope. It was like the least invasive scope they could possibly do, and so he's trying to sell it as if he'll be back sooner than later. So, but he's got Boris. He's got Boris. So
he's always got an agenda.
Well, however, with the way technology is these days, especially in the medical field, you never really know when they could come back sooner than you think.
It's incredible.
Cavaliers are up 107-92 also over Detroit with 2:48 to go in the fourth quarter. So they're going to tie the series up at 2.
Oh, wow.
Love it.
You think they might get LeBron next year? You think LeBron might come home?
I wouldn't put it past.
I would not rule it out, honestly. And if they do, that monster of LeBron, Donovan Mitchell, and James Harden.
I mean, why not?
They don't win it this year, and they get LeBron next year. They better win it.
Is Harden under contract next year? Because I don't think Harden
last year under contract for the Lakers.
I don't think Harden and LeBron can work together.
I don't.
And there's no way
they both have to have the ball.
Here's the thing, Justin. Here's the thing, because obviously James Harden used to be that ball hog when he was with Houston and whatnot. He's more of a facilitator these days. I mean, he's still a great player, but he's more a facilitator nowadays. So it may work with LeBron James, but you just never really know. Ego could be a problem.
Well, who also is a great facilitator and who has also been a great facilitator his entire career? LeBron James. So really LeBron is going to have, if he comes to Cleveland, he's going to have to get healthy, be healthy, and up his game, because I definitely see more of a.
I just don't think. I don't think he's. If he gets swept, I don't think that he's going to end his career. Like like that. He's
definitely not. He's
No, no.
definitely the announce it beforehand and have the Kings victory lap and all that stuff type guy.
Yeah.
I just feel like a Cleveland return. I feel like that would be a good fitting to.
Ladies
I
and
wouldn't be
gentlemen,
against it for a year.
To me, it's the right
Two.
move.
Yeah.
As a journalist, I
ladies
root
and
for the
gentlemen,
story,
next up
but
on
Yeah.
the Kings farewell tour, we welcome you to.
return.
I mean,
Yep.
his biggest misstep of his entire career was the decision, right?
Honestly,
And
was-
so if you want to undo
one of the
a lot of the
remembered.
animosity about that, just go back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
That'll be that.
It's true. It's
most
true.
remembered, television.
Well,
I mean, it's the perfect end.
he did it, and he got us a championship. So
He sure
All
did.
was
Say-
forgiven.
say
All
what
was
you
forgiven
will.
in 2016, I
Took a
guess,
few
when he won it.
seasons,
because-
I think he's coming back one more time.
I agree.
I do too.
Yep.
I see it.
I really do. All right, what you got, Max?
Well, speaking of Beavertone, I did just check his channel out. He will be on the 13th at the May River Bishop England soccer game.
Okay.
And he will be covering that
Oh.
game for on Beavertone. So
Sounds good.
hopefully, it should be a fun game to watch between
Yes,
those two
no
teams.
doubt.
Two close games. So thought everybody would like to know, if you can't make it out to that game, Javon Livingston will be streaming that live on Beavertone. So thought I'd share that with everyone before we close out tonight. Other thing, speaking of baseball, obviously the Atlanta Braves got 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers in LA, an impressive series. And if you didn't see the incredible catch by Eli White to hold and continue to hold LA scoreless in that final game of the series, I encourage you to go watch it because it is quite fun. By the
Braves
way,
are on one this year.
yeah. He ended up on concussion protocol because if you didn't see he ran into the fence. He ran into that outer wall. So hopefully he's okay. Other news for the Braves: Hassan Kim has been reactivated. He will be back at the shortstop position tomorrow night as they take on Justin, the Chicago Cubs.
I know. I'm pissed about it because I don't get to watch the Cubs this week. Stupid blackout.
Oh, the
Right.
blackout with being in the Atlanta market. Yeah.
Hey, just get Braves Vision because you won't have to worry about that. That's what I got.
Yeah, but how much that costs?
For me, for the season, it was like $99.
So obviously the FanDuel network still exists.
I'm already in for like $250 on MLB at
fair
bat.
enough. Well, then,
MLB
yeah,
TV.
never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, should be a fantastic series. Braves are obviously, that's a tough stretch of 6 games. You got to play the Dodgers, who've been really good this year as per usual, and then the Cubs, who are unreal this year.
Yeah.
Already 2 10-game win streaks for them on the season. So coming off of, what was it, 2 straight losses now? Excuse me, 2 losses to the Rangers, or did they lose just yesterday?
Cubs lost 2 in a row to the Rangers. Yeah.
Oof. Although I will say yesterday,
But they had
obviously,
won 10 in a row before that. So it's
Yes, correct. I should mention Jacob deGrom was on the mound yesterday. He's
Yeah.
been sneakily having a good season.
yeah.
2.6 ERA with a 3-2 record, which that record isn't great, but sometimes it just doesn't go your way during the game. But for him to get through those injuries that he has had for the last few years and to come back with a 2.6 ERA is
Yeah.
That's
pretty impressive.
super
Yeah, especially
impressive.
Yeah, he's
in
been
this era
fun.
of Major League Baseball, where hitters have just gotten better and better. It's and these young guys are starting to.
He's got to be touching 40, isn't he? Or is he still?
Oh, yeah.
He's got to be.
Wasn't
He's gotta be close.
DeGrom a Savannah Sandat at one point?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
believe
know.
so.
He
Yeah.
probably was.
I believe so.
Could have been.
Yeah,
I mean,
When
he
he
came
was
through
with
the
yeah.
When he
Met
was with
system
the
at the
Mets,
right
Pretty sure he
time.
had to be.
Savannah
Yeah.
Sandats
He's
was a Met-
37.
Yeah.
37.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was a Savannah Sandat.
I'm
Yeah, he
almost
definitely-
certain he was.
Yeah, he definitely would have been because obviously Savannah Sandats were part of the Mets organization
Yep.
before they
Right.
made the move out to Columbia, which I still think.
Yes,
As-
but he
despite I
was
love-
only
I
here
love that we-
briefly.
Yeah,
He only
I
stopped off
feel like that was-
briefly
yeah.
for 15 games at the end of his age 24 season. He started at the start, I guess. He started out at Savannah, got promoted to St. Lucie. And then the rest was history. The next year he went St. Lucie to Binghamton to Las Vegas, and then the next year he was in the bigs.
Yep, sounds about right.
Quick,
The funniest thing is, speaking of the Sanettes, I still think that was the worst decision. I know that the Savannah Bananas have been fantastic for the city of Savannah, but
fantastic for baseball as a whole.
yes, that's
Just-
very true. I still wish we had the Savannah
Something
Sanettes.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just wish it could have been both. You know.
Yeah,
we all know the whole reason.
because
We
they
all know the reason they
Grayson
left.
very much anymore compared to when they had the summer league team. The
Well,
CPL.
Yeah, that's true.
It all came down to they wanted a new ballpark and they wanted it
you're
downtown.
Exactly right.
And the city didn't want to play ball, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's been proven statistically that it doesn't benefit. It's not worth the juice is not worth the squeeze for towns and municipalities to public money to pay for stadiums, like generally speaking, especially for professional ownership that has money. But at the same time, it's the game you got to play, right? And Columbia played the game, and the Fireflies went there, and it's a phenomenal ballpark and a great experience. Would I have loved to have had that in Savannah? Yes. But at the same time, would it have been smart at a time when Major League Baseball is scaling back the minor leagues for them to have invested in a minor league ballpark? Probably not.
Yeah.
And so, it was probably the right move for everyone involved. And, we're grateful that the Bananas took advantage of that opportunity.
Still one of my favorite logos. That's still one of my favorite logos.
The Sandnats, and I love going to Sandnats games.
Yep.
And I miss it for sure. I wish it was over there because you could just pop over $15. You're sitting behind home plate. It's unbelievable.
It was a short drive in comparison to where you have to go now.
Yeah, and you got to see really good players.
Charleston's not bad. I'll take a trip to Charleston for a game.
Oh yeah, and great experience there too. The River Dogs, great experience.
Very nice.
Yes. The Joe's wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of Savannah, kind of segueing to my part, you thought my first one. Obviously, Savannah Ghost Pirates wrapped up their season, but we have a new professional Savannah team that is about to get started at Market Arena. It's a women's basketball, professional women's basketball team. Savannah Steel.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yes, I saw that today.
And their opening game will be on Friday. They will take on the Greensboro Groove in this Upshot Women's Basketball League.
The Greensboro what?
The Greensboro Groove.
Groove.
The Steel against the
Get your groove, dang. Get your groove, dang. Yeah.
Savannah Steel.
Some interesting names. Yeah, we got the
Upshot Basketball League. I thought you just meant like Upshot Basketball League, like a startup, but no, it's literally
called the Upshot.
Literally called Upshot.
They got a bunch of former college players, looking to keep playing.
Just introduced their roster tonight.
Yes. Announced their opening night roster. Let's see. Anyone you trying to
no, but I might be showing how dumb I am if I say I don't know any of these people. So I'll just refrain from saying that I don't know any of these people. They might be really good players.
Yeah, well, it's cool. What a great opportunity for these players. Getting that chance to grow and potentially earn a spot. That's called Upshot, trying to go upward on their trajectory and potentially move on to bigger things if they're able to stay in the game. So I think it's great, especially for the young ladies to have the opportunity for girls to see women's professional basketball here in the area.
I also think with the way that the WNBA is growing, you would think eventually they will have like a G League of their own as well.
Sure.
If they don't already have one,
Right.
Like
they're gonna have to at some point.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
So really excited to see how they do. Second of all, what a postseason has been so far for the Carolina Hurricanes. 8-0 through the first two rounds. They're the first team since the 80s. I believe it was Wayne Gretzky's Oilers was the last team to win their first 8 games in the playoffs. So pretty.
Hurricanes are on a roll, man.
They'll either play the Buffalo Sabres or the Canadiens, Montreal Canadiens in the conference finals.
What is that? Where is that series at? That's got to be tied.
Montreal's up 2-1.
2-1. Okay.
So
Interesting.
it'd be interesting, but they'll have a lot of time off before their next series. So you hope you don't get too much rust. It's always the one problem of sleeping in the NBA or the NHL, or you get a lot of time off.
Yeah,
You're gonna
get a
be
good break
for a while, man.
So on the Savannah Steel roster
Yes.
announcement, it does say that 11 different. So they have 11 players, and they said 11 different D1 programs will be represented. So these are all former D1 players.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So far, I've seen Louisville, West Virginia, and Notre Dame in my research. So those are solid programs.
Interesting.
Should be cool.
That should be cool. Exciting.
Yep.
Actually, I do because I keep forgetting.
Hugh Morrison played in the W.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe only briefly, but
yeah,
because she played at Georgia a good little while ago.
Should
but
be
no,
fun
she played. It says she played in the W, but I don't see where she actually did. Never mind.
By the way, speaking of Savannah, Savannah sports team, congrats to the Ghost Pirates on an incredible season. Their first playoff appearance as a franchise. So that's a very, very cool moment for them. Yeah.
All right. What was your other one now? Russ?
Yes. My other one, as of today is May 11th. We are 1 month away from the FIFA World Cup. I cannot believe
it. Oh my gosh.
How about that?
Just a month away from the United States, along with Mexico and Canada, hosting the biggest sporting event in the world, coming up a month from now. So,
with the world's most expensive tickets.
Yes.
They are.
Oh my gosh.
They are
and it's just dirty pool they're doing with it too. Like
a lot,
and then they're charging
for fans.
Well, and then on top of that, they're like, you got to take these like shuttles that usually run for like $12. It's like $12 to take the shuttle. It costs $100 to take the shuttle during the World Cup. The same shuttle. Like they're just price gouging people. It's outrageous. Yeah.
$100 for a shuttle?
Yeah,
that's insane.
It's outrageous.
And
I guess the hotels are just ridiculous. But anyway, man, I had one and now I don't remember if I can remember what it was.
I do have another one.
What do you got? You got yet another one?
I was going to say, obviously, I think a lot of people in the Atlanta community saw condolences to the families of Ted Turner and Bobby Cox, which that one made me cry because I grew up watching Bobby Cox in his later years. So it's very sad. And obviously, Ted Turner was a revolutionary mind for broadcasting and for the Atlanta Braves. Get him on TBS and basically national television every night watching Braves baseball, even when they were absolutely terrible, back in the 1970s and into the 80s. But nonetheless, he put the Atlanta Braves on the map. And I think that's one of the reasons why Braves country is so large. I mean, they have one of the largest radio networks.
Yep, for sure.
Largest radio networks in the country. And it's because people from all around grew up watching Braves baseball on TBS and TNT.
100%.
So like it's one of those things, and I think it was a revolutionary idea, and it really started going into the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s when the Atlanta Braves started becoming obviously a very solid program under Bobby Cox in the 90s, with obviously the World Series title in 1995, going to the World Series, and what was it, 91, 92, 90, I'm trying to think, 95, and I think there's one other, 99.
99, I think they beat played the Yankees.
That's right. And then
tremendous teams
there on out when the divisions were set up. I was going to say when the divisions were set apart for Major League Baseball, when those divisions were retooled and recreated, obviously Atlanta Braves went on a streak of, I believe, 14 straight divisional titles. Obviously Bobby Cox on top 10 managerial wins as a manager, and over 2,600 wins in his career as a manager, obviously. So really cool guy. 5 NL pennants and multiple division titles over his career, and he's still holds one of the records for the most ejections in a career. So
Oh, wow.
you got a hot head there as well. So
Yeah,
rest in peace to him.
I don't know. Rest in peace, but he wasn't always a great guy. He had some
No, I'm not
some
saying
demons too, you know, and so we need to remember that that part of it too.
I agree.
And
I don't disagree with you on that, Justin. But just looking at his, the numbers that he had as a
tremendous
manager
baseball
over the years.
guy.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Tremendous baseball guy.
Okay.
But let's not allow him to get away with other things because of that, I guess, is what I would have to say.
He also was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2014, I think it was. And the funniest thing is, if you remember that year when he was inducted, he wasn't the only Atlanta Brave. It was him, Greg Maddux, and Tom Glavine, who all were inducted in the Hall of Fame that year.
That was an insane class.
That was the first year I went to a Braves. That was
Atlanta
the first
Legends.
year I went to a Braves game as well. I got to watch. I think it was Jason Hayward. He
very
was
nice.
at a Sunday night game when they were playing the St. Louis Cardinals, and he belted one over the Budweiser sign at Turner Field.
God bless
Watched the
Jason
thing
Hayward.
score.
God bless Jason Hayward and
Absolutely.
his rain delay pep talk.
He just retired as well.
He did.
So it's crazy to think how many players.
He never did get his swing back where it was when he first came up in Atlanta, but he still was a pretty productive player.
Yeah, he was still a really good player.
His pep talk at the rain delay made the Cubs win the World Series, so we love him for that.
Yeah.
I remembered what it was. I was going to shout out to USCB golfer Octavio Laurent, who has advanced to the national championship.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
awesome,
fantastic.
Octavio Laurent.
Yeah, I don't know where they're playing, but it's somewhere in Las Vegas.
All right. What an honor.
I just like his name, Octavio Laurent.
He's a freshman, by the way.
He is a freshman from Bordeaux, France.
To get to the biggest stage in Division II golf and the opportunity to play for a national championship, that is a tremendous honor for him and for USCB. So major props. And
USCB, I looked at those standings. I think USCB came probably 2 spots short of potentially getting an at-large bid.
Yeah.
So,
And I have completed my research of the Savannah Steel's roster. They have players from Louisville, West Virginia, Notre Dame, Georgia, Purdue, FIU, Mississippi State, Harvard, Tennessee, Duquesne, and Florida Gulf Coast.
Wow.
That's
a lot of
some of them graduated as many as a few years ago.
Yep.
Others are not so much.
Hey, they're all set, though. They got someone from Harvard on that team. They're all good to go now.
Yep.
You got a smart player on the team, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. So it looks like they're mostly, like mid to upper 20s age players. So basically minor league basketball.
Yeah.
Should be pretty fun.
By the way, NCAA men's D2 championship.
We're talking about baseball. I believe, actually, Lander won the Peach Bowl Conference championships for baseball. And guess who they have to play in the first round? They have to play Columbus State.
Oh,
really? That's crazy.
That's bunk.
Good luck.
Well, no, it's like same conference. That's
well, here's the other thing. They're going to be in Dahlonega for that regional as well.
That's funny. So North Georgia's in that regional too?
No, it's in North. Oh, they are.
Yeah,
no, it's in North Georgia.
Sure. They're playing first round in Dahlonega.
So, how many Peach Belt teams in the same region?
Probably 3, if I'm thinking correctly.
That's insane. All right. Goodness. All right, boys. Well, looking ahead to tomorrow, we got quite a bit. We already told you about the schedule, but we got a little baseball, a little softball, a little soccer, a little golf coming at you tomorrow. So we'll be back on here.
Max, I know where you will be.
Do the thing again.
Oh, yeah, you know where I'll be. Come find me, y'all.
By the way, just before we go, the men's golf championship for D2, it'll be starting a week from today on the 18th. It'll be at Boulder Creek Golf Club in Boulder City, Nevada.
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right. There you go. All right. Well, thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to Risa McMillan for jumping on with us tonight. Congrats to Hilton Head Prep Girls Soccer. And thanks to all of you for showing up to listen or watch. We'll be back tomorrow night. Got more playoff action to round up for you and let you know who's still fighting on, trying to win a state championship for the Loco, and possibly even telling you who won a state championship for the Loco tomorrow night. So be sure to tune in then. For Marcus Walsh, Max Araj, and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Loco.